guys. Let's see if we can get this on. So I told you guys that I was going to come back on. Did I come too early? No, you're on just fine. I told you guys I was going to come back on today. This is my third time in a row. And I was going to talk to you guys about Dr. Francis. So it's not going to be as long as yesterday, but I just wanted to get it out there. But we only got 2 people in the room so far, so let's see if we can get some more bodies in here. In the meantime, how are you guys doing? Did you have a good Friday? Let's see. You guys are quiet. Go ahead and hit the like button as you come in, please. Hey, hi, Special K. Okay, so I get some more people coming in. Hey, how are y'all? TGIF for sure. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. It's getting super cool out too, and I'm not used to that yet. Happy Friday, everyone. Hi, how are you? Memphis is in the house. Hi, Bridget. Hi, Gigi from Detroit. Hey, everybody, hit the like button as you come in. Thank you so much, guys. So I don't want to have a really long live today. We'll see. But I told you guys yesterday that I would come back in today and talk to you about Dr. Francis. And if you guys haven't seen it already, Wanda went live earlier today, may have been late last night, and she had some things to say about, of course, Mel and Melody's mother. I wanted to talk to you guys about that. And even though we talked about Destiny quite a bit yesterday, I forgot to read you guys a comment that someone who said they were in production, that they work television production. They had left it in my comments, so I'm going to read that to you guys. So if you guys remember, Destiny said that the reason why she didn't hear Melody say hello is because it was so inaudible that they had to use a caption so that the viewing audience could see it. And someone, actually 2 people, not 1, 2 people got into my comments and said that they had actually worked television production and that that was inaccurate. So I wanted to make sure that I said that to you guys. Hi, everybody that's coming in. Thank you guys so much. So let me know what you guys want to talk about too. But let me read this comment for you. And this is regarding Destiny saying that she did not hear Melody. It's getting a little warm in here. She said that this person said, I've done a lot of editing and it's not hard. If Mel was not audible, they would have increased her vocals or made her come back inside and repeat everything that she had said. They also said that they work with the exact mics that Destiny or that the cast of Love and Marriage Huntsville use. And they said they are designed to hear whispers in a crowded room. So knowing that there's a lot of background noise and things like that, they said that they actually make the mics to pick up all things. And that this person said that they have used these same mics outside in the elements, fighting the elements is what they said, using a boom by themselves, and they've never had a problem. So they said that she was actually not being completely honest, which, you know, hey, we've come to expect from Destiny at this point, right? So yeah. Hey, everybody, thank y'all so much for coming in. We got 100 people in the chat and 50 likes, so go ahead and hit that like button, please. Also, I finally have my membership up, so that is actually in the description box. If you guys wanted to join my channel, I'm going to do exclusive content for you. So go ahead and hit that or become a member. I would appreciate that too. So let's see. Someone said Destiny was in her feelings, rolling her eyes, sucking her teeth. She was absolutely having an emotional meltdown. We all saw that. We all know that that is the reason why she chose either not to speak to Melody because she was so, you know, wrapped in her head, or either she didn't hear it. Hi, Wanda Marshall. Who else do we have here? So I'm looking at both the screen because I'm filming on my phone, you guys, and I'm looking at my computer just so that you're aware. I know a lot of people also tell me, like they'll send me messages and say, oh, I said hello to you and you didn't, respond or say hi back. Please do not take that or get, offended by that. Actually, I just don't see you, so I apologize. Oh, thank you so much for becoming a member, AAW 1976. I appreciate you becoming a member. So it is, I think, $4.99 to become a member. So if you guys could, we'll keep this thing going. But yes, so I just wanted to share that with y'all. And then I also saw the video you guys were talking about with Tisha and Destiny talking about Melody. And I noticed at the end she said something about let the air out your head, girl. Like Melody's an airhead. Is that what she was saying? That girl got some nerve. Some nerve. I'll just say that. So interesting. And you guys are right. She probably did that video yesterday to try to get ahead of some of the stuff that's going on in the reunion, and also maybe trying to hold a space for next season. Hi, Gina. Hi, everyone that's coming in now. I appreciate you guys. Go ahead and hit the like button. Thank you so much. Now, let's talk about Dr. Francis. Hey, Wanda, thank you. I appreciate you. Oh, we got another member. Thank you, Betty Boop. I appreciate you. So let's talk about Dr. Francis. So he said some interesting things, and I thought the most interesting thing that I found interesting anyway, is what he said about Tisha and Marceau's relationship. He said that Tisha is she communicates through emotion, and that's how she would like for it to be, communicated back to her. Whereas Marceau communicates by trying to rationalize and talk through everything. So he's basically being kind of a dead wall to Tisha, not giving her a whole lot. And if she becomes too emotional, then he will talk her, basically invalidate her feelings. That's what I was getting from it, that he invalidates her. Or what did he say on the show? He said something like he discounts her. So that's what I got out of it. Clarissa Nickerson says, Destiny can't pick a man, a struggle, or a storyline. Okay, girl, I agree. I do agree with that. Who else do we have? Someone said, Gina said, Colesaw said that about Melody too, that Martell is the brains. Right. I remember that. Interesting. They all say that, actually. They all kind of make him seem like he's this really genius, smart guy or something. And not to discount him, actually, Melody, if you guys remember, I forgot it was an interview she did with a woman named Dee Dee. If you guys remember that, Dee Dee was kind of being a little, trying to push the button with Melody, talking about, you still love that man and all that other stuff. And she actually said, what did you find attractive about him? And she was like, Martell was incredibly ambitious. And she was just like, I just really was attracted to his ambition. He was just always on top of things. So who knows? Maybe he's just in a really, rough period. Coco Jack said, no, that saying is not meant to call you an airhead, but trying to say that her head is in the clouds, as if she's stuck on herself. The fans misinterpret so much on the show. Well, Coco Jack, my apologies to you. And I think everybody else apologizes too. Let's see, unapologetically Angela. You just became a member. Thank you so much for becoming a member, guys. But she said that her head was in the clouds, and either way, nobody's head is more in the clouds than Destiny, saying that she was a star. And again, thinking that she holds so much weight on the show when we have no idea who she is, what her story is. And if Carlos or whomever the powers that be is actually bringing her back, I don't even know what to say. Right now, we've only seen her in 2 out of 7 episodes. We've only seen her in 2, I think. I'd like to see there has to be more to Destiny. There has to be. Simply Diva said, all the show is proving is that they're jealous of Melody's success and favor. They really wanted her to fall after her divorce. They did. I think everybody was expecting her to just not, and they didn't expect her to divorce either. So they all said that they never thought she was going to actually go through with the divorce. They were pretty shocked by it. So Melody had a plan and everybody else was, eating her dust basically. Let's see. Someone said, I feel Destiny will eventually have a nervous breakdown if she doesn't get her emotions together. She is all over the place. That is true. Miss Natalie said, right, Coco Jack. She was saying that Melody is full of herself. Oh, look, Miss Coco or Coco Jack and Miss Natalie are agreeing there. Oh, that's so sweet of y'all. Betty McWilliams said, never done a membership before. Is it best to do it before the first of the month? That's a good question. This is my first time offering a membership. So I know that on some platforms, and I think it is, I have to check that for y'all, to be honest. I'm not sure. If you would, I will put a message on the community panel and let you know whether or not that's the case. I want everybody to keep it cute in the comments. I'm going to say that too, because I don't mind blocking people. Mika Hall said, always haters out there. That is very true as well. So what do you guys think about Dr. Francis? Did anyone see the comments for Dr. Francis? Or Dr. Francis, he was on Ooh Liddy's first panel. Did anyone see that? Destiny isn't going to tell you nothing. She is getting paid just for lying. We'll see. Again, I remember telling you guys that Carlos said something about trying to get the group back together to see if he can make some changes to the show. He had said that on his podcast, so I'm interested in seeing if that actually happens. Let's see. What else y'all got going on? Diana, I want to know if Destiny was really in foster care. That is the story she told. I think she said it was both her and her brother, and that her and her brother got to stay together for whatever reason when they were taken, I guess, out of the care of their mother. And then the grandmother was able to take them both. That's what I believe I heard. If you guys remember something different, let me know. And I'm not sure why the father was not around when they were in their earlier stages. And she never said, I don't think, whether or not the grandmother was her maternal or paternal grandmother. Let's see. Famous said that I was shocked when he said that Mel had fault in the divorce. So I saw the whole interview, and what I thought I heard him say or try to say is that they both played a part in it. However, it was Martell who made a decision to do XYZ, that he didn't have to do it, but he chose to do it, and that his choice to keep doing it throughout the marriage means that there was something missing in him that he needed to fix. He didn't blame that particular thing on Melody. He was like, there was something about Martell that Mel was attracted to. And again, she was very young, right out of college. I think she said he proposed to her maybe a week after they graduated or a week before they graduated college. So that played a part in it. She was winning. And she said, again, on that radio show or the interview, she said that she was attracted to Martell's ambition. So they both knew what they were going to do. They came out and they did it. They did it together, and they achieved a lot. So what else do we have going on? Clarissa said, well, Mel had fault in her divorce, but not in the way y'all saying. She has fault because her marriage takes two people, and she was one of the two people. Yes, he cheated on her, but be realistic. So I would say that's true I agree with Clarissa that at the end of the day, there's two people in a relationship. You both have to want to make it work. And, we saw the obvious, which is there was a man who was stepping out, doing his thing. and just again with the same person doing the same exact thing. So Melody definitely, she got hit with a hard one. Miss Natalie said, I feel that one of the reasons Destiny is full of so much anger, abandonment issues. Ooh, where did your comment go? It went real fast. I'm sorry about that, Natalie. Not sure why your comment just disappeared on me. Hopefully I'll see it again. Patricia said, most children grow up without their mother, have serious issues in their life. I'm sure that this affected Destiny. I agree. That's part of it. And you can tell that that's part of it by how easy it was for her to be so disrespectful to Melody's mother for saying something just, girl, just get yourself together. That was rude. The way that she ran out the door after her, like full of fury, like she was going to do something, that takes a lot to, put that in your head to do. Even the way she barked at Wanda when she was on that phone call on Wanda's Live. Did you guys hear that phone call, by the way? If you didn't hear it, go back and listen to it because someone actually pointed it out to me, but she is saying something like she's talking about something that happened at the reunion, and you can tell she's talking about how they told me to do this and I did this. Like she's talking about something pretty important. So I think it's Moakis71 just became a member. Thank you so much. Let's see, Patricia, what is going on with Carlos? Let's see. How much fault does Mel have to take? He cheated on her for 5 years. I'm not saying that Melody is responsible for Martell's cheating. I'm just saying that there was a breakdown in their marriage that they both, I'm sure, had to acknowledge at some point. And that's pretty much it. Everything else I would say is Martell. If Melody was saying that I want our marriage to work, and Martell tells her he wants it to work, and then he lies, does something else, that tells you everything you need to know about Martell. Mood Makers, thank you so much. I appreciate you for becoming a member. Okay, I got Natalie's comment again. Black Bumblebee, thank you so much. I appreciate you for becoming a member. Natalie said, I feel the reason Destiny is full of so much anger is because of the abandonment issues from childhood, being in the foster home. She feels Mel abandoned her like her parents. So you're saying that she feels the same kind of abandonment from Melody that she did from her parents, and that's why she's being so, Can I just ask this question? Why does she have that anger for Melody but not for her ex? She doesn't speak any bad words against her ex. She is very much on her P's and Q's. So why is it so easy for her to handle her business with him in a respectful way but not in the other? If y'all have an answer for that, let me know. Because I noticed that she picks and chooses who she attacks. Like it's really easy for her to attack Tiffany, for instance. It's really easy for her to make, accusations and attack Melody, but she keeps her cool with other people. Even though she was kind of ugly with Kimmy, how she was handling herself, she knew that she, I guess, yelled at them that she would be without any friends at all at that point. Let's see. Sorry, guys. Carlos is messy based on the environment that he grew up in. Pretty Brown Eyes said, that's a lot to put on a so-called friend. Angela says, when it comes to men, Destiny has a whole nother energy. Boom, she really does. She talks to men way different than she talks to women. Even though she likes to say she has a big D energy, she doesn't come at them the same. Good evening, Kathy. Anisha says, all that Melody is trying to find is her peace in life. She should not be held responsible for others' adult insecurities. Yeah, I don't think that they see Mel as being a person who's still healing. Even though she comes on, IG and she sings, dance, she talks to her fans, things like that, she still has to, 14 years is a long time to spend your life with someone. To have your kids with you every day and then all of a sudden you only see them every other week, that's a lot. That is a lot. I can't even, it's a lot. And for it to just happen and you have to figure out a way to deal with it in real time. So I don't think people give her that grace. I really don't. Let's see. Annie says, exactly. Why is she so disturbed with Melody? I think that Destiny and Wanda are bullies. Bullies typically know who to bully. You're right about that too. I agree. People who bully people, they know when to go and they won't know when to stop. Miss Sugar Mama said, I'm convinced Destiny and Martell have been intimate, huh? Destiny handles herself really weird with Martell. She does do that. I agree. Kathy Colbert says, oh, she's talking to someone else. I apologize, Kathy. MC says, Mel is in therapy and she understands the assignment. I do think that Melody is very serious about healing. I think she's very serious about growing, having her children, have the tools to do what they need to do in life. So I do agree with that. Black Bumblebee said, oh, I apologize to you too. Patricia says Destiny is angry with Melody because Melody have family support and that's something that she never had. And that's something that she actually talked about on the show. She said that she is tired of Melody dismissing her. I think that's the word she used. She was like, she blows me off when I tell her that I don't have a village and I don't appreciate it. And it didn't sound like that's what she was saying when she was like, don't worry, you'll build it, you'll get there. But she needed something else from her. And I don't know. She would have to explain what that actually is or what it looks like. Veronica says that Destiny clung on to Mel because she thought she could use her. And when she found out that she couldn't, she became very angry. I think that Destiny had it good when she was friends with Mel. I really do. And also, she had a lot of insider information. I personally think and I said this actually when I watched the reunion episode, once everything came out that Melody had overheard Tisha and Destiny talking about her, I was thinking that maybe Melody had confided in Destiny about some things because remember when Melody said you knew that Tisha and I weren't good, that we were trying to rebuild our relationship. Destiny said she didn't know that. And she was like, you absolutely knew it. You knew it. Almost feels like Destiny was sharing Melody's business to Tisha. And when Tisha came on that stage, she was mean mugging her and giving her a whole bunch of negative energy. And Mel was like, I don't even know what this is. You and I were cool. And they still have never shared with us why Tisha was on that stage doing that. Tisha literally went into fourth season talking about, I didn't know why I was Melody's enemy. Girl, you were acting like Melody was your enemy on the stage. So again, they just they did not serve the fans well with that one. Tina Turner says, if Destiny felt like that, why didn't she or Martell or the Scotts, why didn't Martell or the Scotts help her with that 5 or with that 6,000? Child, Destiny will take money from whoever gives it to her, and you know it. She just didn't ask for it, but I'm sure she probably figure out a way to ask now. S. McNeil said, there's no honor amongst thieves. Destiny is sharing with Hotel and Latifa. Des said that Destiny is emotionally needy and it can be a lot for people who don't have a lot of time for her. That's true also. I agree with you. When you, again, Melody was going through something of her own that she needed to heal from. And then turns out Destiny was also going through something, that she needed to heal from. So the two of them together could have just been too much emotion. Patricia says, Mel is making some big adjustments in her life. Destiny knows that Mel realizes that she was not to be trusted. And Mel is unbothered. She is making money moves. She's not sitting around weeping or feeling sorry. Destiny has moved on fairly quickly. Don't you guys agree? She's already dating. I think this is might be the second or third person that we've seen her dating or her communicating about dating. So she's moved on to some degree. MC says, yes, Destiny knew that they were no good. They built their friendship off of jealousy and hate of this woman. So yeah, I agree. I agree with all of it. Is she homeless or squatting? I honestly thought that she had another apartment already. The house that we saw her film in, when her and Melody were sitting on that big blue couch when Melody brought the watermelon, I think that was the house, that was the marital home. And the apartment, it looks like she's filming in an apartment now. The place she was filming in when her and I think it's Kimmy. Kimmy had come over and talked to her about Stormy. That was a completely different place. And that appears to be the same place that it looks like her father is in right now. So it looks like she might already be in a different home. Patricia said that Mel is not perfect, but knows her flaws. She is willing to work on herself. Miss Van is a supportive mom. And I think her ops did not have that. Oh, that was another thing that Dr. Francis said, because I don't remember how old Wanda was when she had Tisha. Did she say that she was like mid-teens? But because she was so young, still being, raised by her mom, and Tisha, is a baby, and now the grandmother is raising both the mother and the grandchild in the same home, that created a codependency issue. So he was saying that that is one of the reasons why Tisha and Wanda can't let go of each other. They have a codependency issue. That's why she lets her do whatever, basically. That's what it sounded like he was saying. Pacino Rules said that Dr. Francis touched on how the differences in atmosphere in the homes of divorced parents can mess up children. Yes, that's true. The differences in the atmosphere of the homes. So we know that Melody is trying to make her home look a certain way, give the kids certain things. Y'all remember when Martell was like, Melody has a chef and I have a chef. Melody has this and I have that. And people were like, you don't have that? Let's see. Wanda was 15 when she had Tisha. 15 or 14. I remember her saying that she was young. I do remember that. And I don't think wherever they are in age right now, it looks like they're about that. So that's a big deal to be that young, have a baby. You're still in school. We don't know if she actually finished school. Probably, maybe not. That would have been very hard to do. Then she leaves her mama's house. She gets married. Is she married? Did she marry Tisha's father or no? I'm confused because I think she's had 2 husbands or 3 husbands, something like that. Is it 2 husbands and a boyfriend? Patricia said Destiny don't need to get into a relationship right now. She needs to concentrate on life and getting herself together. It's a distraction. I agree. And then it's a long distance relationship on top of that. So how serious can it possibly be? Slick said that Martell and Destiny have told the Scott stuff to make them attack Mel, just like Martell did with his side. That's obvious. I agree. MC said, haha, Martell is broke and living with his mom. Can't afford a chef. Clamp God said, Tisha realizes that she can't keep up with Mel, so she tried to do little things like make Mel think that she is competing with Mel. She realizes that she messed up and she will attack. I agree that that was one of the things I wanted to talk about. Pacino Rules is the analogy of Marceau and Tisha's marriage. Him saying that basically what we already said. He discounts Tisha and He does not validate Tisha. So basically, Tisha needs to be validated emotionally. And he said basically Marceau will talk her into a corner. Like, if you can't keep up with me and my mouth and how I think, then I don't have time for you. And Dr. Francis said that he tried to do the same exact thing to him. He was like telling me all the books that he read and everything, trying to discount him as a professional. And I was like, that makes sense. I shouldn't say it makes sense, but that sounds like Marceau. Leslie Barber said Wanda didn't finish school. She went on to have 2 more kids after Tisha. Yep. Yep. And she doesn't give you the impression that, she's trying to do better. I don't want to listen, people have those kind of situations. It doesn't make them bad people. It's just that Wanda, one of the things that Dr. Francis said was that when people stop being responsible, that's when they stop growing, which was a profound thing to say. So once you stop taking responsibility for your actions, then you stop growing as a person. You'll stay stuck wherever you were in that place. And you can see that in Wanda. You can see that she's stopped taking responsibility and she has stopped growing, even though she's what, almost 60 or 60 something years old. Same for Destiny. At some point, she stopped taking responsibility. She stopped growing. Martell, same thing. The only person that we've actually seen grow on the show has been Melody so far. I know people don't like to hear that, but Melody is showing like really great growth. Like, this is where I was, this is where I am. I'm trying to be different. I'm trying not to respond the way I used to, certain things. Kimmy seems okay. Maurice and Marceau, I don't know what to say about those two. What do y'all think about them and they're taking responsibility for things? They lie a lot. So I don't know if that's taking responsibility. Leslie said, oh, I already read your comment. Sorry, Leslie. Kathy said, Wanda and Marlene have similar teen pregnancies and believed to have grandparents helped in raising their children. I think that Wanda and Marlene ran the streets. Woo. Okay. Everett said, hello. What is the subject? We're talking about Marceau and Tisha, and we're talking about Dr. Francis, if you got a chance to see him on the Ooh Ladies First panel. Pacino said, he said that Marceau is looking for intellectual validation. Tisha is emotional validation. Tisha, he said that he doesn't like that Tisha's emotional validation, but he's attracted to intellectual validation. So when we see him have conversations with Mel, or when Mel is, on top of things and, letting people have it, Marceau is in his moment. Like, he's sitting there smiling and all that because he is attracted to the intellectual part of it. And he likes that Mel, when she is or does appear emotional, she can still talk her way out of things, whereas Tisha, not so much. Pretty Brown Eyes said they playing a game with each other. Are you referring to Tisha and Marceau? Let's see. What linebacker conversation with Kimmy? What are you referring to? Patricia said that Kimmy is sneaky to me. I think being younger than Maurice. I think her being older than Maurice will already be an issue for the two of them. Well, I think that Maurice was trying to make it seem like Kimmy can't keep up with him and at the retreat, right? When we saw him at the retreat, excuse me, when we saw them at the retreat, and Maurice was like, I want to be able to have, do it 5 times a day or 6 times a day or whatever. He was making it seem like Kimmy couldn't keep up with him. But he also made it seem like she tried to keep up with him. And even she said it, like, when I lived in my own house, I was, I could do whatever I wanted to do, but now I'm cleaning up after you. I got another grown man in the house, or all that stuff, even though her son has his own house now. But it was pretty crazy. O'Care said, hey, Diana, I love that. Dr. Francis said about Marceau, the truth did not have to be argued. He did tell him that, didn't he? Because he was trying to argue him up and down. You have to watch Kimmy and Maurice closely. Kimmy pushed that conversation about the brother, which led to Mark coming on the show. Terrible. You think that Kimmy was the one who greenlit the brother coming on the show? Marceau reminds me, and I say that because she shouldn't have that much clout to get the brother on the show. That would have to be somebody else. Carlos would have to make the final determination about him coming on the show. I think the problem that all the fans have is that we could give a damn about what the brother says. I don't think we're interested in the brother, and we're especially not interested in the brother knowing that he has been so disrespectful, is one way to put it, but also he is, what do you call it? He's kind of threatening, like, I have a video that I'm going to put out. I have a this that I'm going to do. Why are, in the same kind of way they were saying we're rewarding Wanda for bad behavior, why are you rewarding this guy and bringing him on a show when clearly he's causing a lot of problems on the outside? Why would you bring him in to the show? What does it solve? And at the end of the day, my thought is that they're just going to kind of blame it on the other brother and like leave it there. But who knows? Who knows? And it's going to be interesting too, because Wanda was screaming about, everybody doing a blackout and all that other stuff. And she actually insinuated that this would be her last season on the show. She was like, you guys probably won't see me anymore. So she did say that on her live. Kimmy sent the pictures. She did send the picture of Tisha wearing the shirt. But her power to bring the other brother on the show, why? Why? As far as I understood it, Maurice and Marceau didn't even talk to the other brother. They weaponized the other brother. They know that. But what power does she have to do that? Andrea says, no excuses. Destiny knows what she's doing. A lot of us have been through stuff, but that's no excuse to hurt and disrespect others. Melody is human, and she's a mother. Listen, I said this just yesterday. I said this last night. It's wild to me that Destiny, who went through this entire thing with her ex, that she wanted everyone to know how horrible my life is. She even said it. I shouldn't say how horrible my life is, but what a bad experience she had. She even said it again in all those posts she did yesterday. She said, if you knew my story, you would be heartbroken. People don't usually talk about themselves like that. Like, tell the story or don't tell the story. Someone else might say, if you knew, you might be heartbroken, but people don't talk about themselves like that. And I'm not saying that in a good way. I'm saying it's just weird that she would even say that about herself. So if you're saying all of these things, then it's like, girl, how are you not relating to Mel and what she's experienced? And I think that's where everyone is stuck on Destiny. Like, you are making it out like Mel is a damn robot with no feelings for her children, with nothing. Like she's just in the world to do the show. It's an odd thing. Simply Beautiful said, I believe Martell had the power to get the brother on. That makes sense. Remember, he mentioned Basement Billy's name at the dinner. He did mention the name. He mentioned the name a couple of times. He mentioned the name on season 3 reunion when he was going back and forth with Melody's mom. That was supposedly what struck this whole thing, but it actually wasn't. Like I said, at the end of that conversation, Melody said, that's not what started all of this. What started all of this is Marceau saying that there was an X tape. That's what started it all. So they keep forgetting the part they play in all of this stuff. Patricia says, Kimmy brought it into the conversation at the meeting they had. She did. She said, if you guys want Tisha to take care of Wanda, then Y'all gonna have to take care of the brother. She did say that, but saying it doesn't mean that he comes on the show. I don't know what you mean by that. Like maybe she was just opening the door because it would have had to already have been decided. That could have already been decided as a part of the production. Maybe not, but I don't see how Kimmy has that power. They could have made that a conversation, just like they've brought his name up in other scenes. They could have said, this is what we said to the brother, as opposed to bringing him on the show. They didn't have to do that. Hey there, Soul Star. Kimberly said that Destiny wants to be male. Tida said, what about Tisha being a side chick for messing with her cousin's man? I hope Miss Van and Mel don't. Where did you guys get that story that she was messing with her cousin's man? I have been looking for that and I have not seen it anywhere. They told a story about how they met, but I don't remember. I don't remember. I hope someone's like send me that in my DM somewhere so that I can see it because I have never seen that story. Remember Destiny went to acting school and there you learn how to play an emotional strings on the audience? She went to acting school. She said that she's a trained actor, but does she look like a trained actor? Love your commentaries and this live. Good night. Enjoy your weekend. Good night. Thank you so much. I would like to know if Wanda and Melanie got kicked out of the house. Marlene, I'm sorry. I want to know if they got kicked out of the house when they were at a young age. I don't know. Monica Taylor said they could have had a phone call just like Martell did Coleslaw. Right, they could have had a phone call. That never had to be him on the show. They didn't have to bring him on the show. And it looked like they're talking to him in a park or something. That was the preview from last week. So I'm assuming that he doesn't make any contact with Mel's mom, which is great. But Melody refused to say his name in her confessional. She was like, I'm not saying his name and I'm not saying anything else. So you can just, go past that. Yvette said the spirit jumped from person to person, starting with Destiny. Right, they had already discussed it in the introduction with Carlos. Carlos is slick. Coleslaw and brother have been trying to get on. So, what are y'all thoughts on the blackout for tomorrow? Tell me what y'all think about that too. I mean, they are aware that this is happening. One of the things that Wanda said in her live is that people have been contacting Carlos and, basically letting him have it and saying, why are you letting this guy on? Mostly because he does not seem like he's healthy. His brothers have already communicated that. They've said as much on the show. I still don't understand why people that don't like Mel want to desperately be on her show. You got me. We watched a whole episode where Destiny takes a purse that she didn't want, sells the purse, okay, or loses it, quote unquote. But being on this damn show every week, don't get it. If you got pride, get your ass off the show and get your own show. That's what I would think you'd do. After all, you are a trained actress. Go out there and do your thing. She says she's the only trained actress on the show, but you wouldn't think it based on what she's seen. Des said that I've stopped watching, will not be watching tomorrow. Pacino says it won't be taken seriously unless the numbers are the show. Yeah, so I agree with you. It won't be taken seriously unless the numbers. I mean, there's like only 25 YouTubers. I actually went through to count, like, who does these Love and Marriage Huntsville reviews, there's maybe 25 of us who do reviews for that. And of the 25, there might only be like 10 that get high numbers, okay? My numbers are low compared to others. So even though we feel like a big community on YouTube when we're talking about it, we're not that big of a community when you consider the rest of everything else. So there's a lot of people who may not be paying attention to us, but we have loud voices. So that's why I was asking, like, what your thoughts are, because really there's just there's not even a handful of us at the end of the day. There's 10 of us, maybe, even if there's 25 in all, maybe 10 that actually get numbers from doing Love and Marriage Huntsville reviews. So you guys let me know what y'all think about that. And if that's just the group, then what else do you think should be done, or how else can it be communicated? Again, according to Wanda, the conversation has gotten back to Carlos. It's definitely making a trickle because they're talking about it on social media. They're talking about it on Facebook, in the Facebook groups. I think they're talking about it in the groups. I agree. But the groups, the same groups that's on Love and Marriage, on YouTube, the same people that are on YouTube are usually on Facebook or usually in the other chat. But it usually isn't. If they get, I don't know, 500,000 viewers a week, do you think it's reaching 500,000 people? Soulstar Music Lover said, I'm tired of Melody not being protected. Okay, I'm glad you brought that up. Because one of the things that Wanda was saying, you have to write sponsors. One of the things that Wanda was saying is Carlos has been bragging about Twitter action so far this season, is that this is just a TV show, guys. This is just a TV show, guys. But what makes it bigger than a TV show is that, Wanda and her cousin can get on social media and change things, change the direction of things. The other thing that makes it bigger is the other brother. If he can get on and change the direction of the show, then it makes it bigger. So they actually, in my opinion, the cast members have more weight than the bloggers, even though they always want to say it's the bloggers. The bloggers are talking about what we see on TV or what we see them do on social media. That's it. Everything else doesn't happen unless they bring it to the show. I can say all day, we don't like Destiny, but if the show keeps bringing Destiny on, then our voices aren't heard, right? Kimberly says, I think most people who watch the show on social media, I think most people who watch the show are on social media. Know about the blackout. That's not what happened last time. And that's the only reason why I'm asking Kimberly, is because the show usually gets somewhere around like 450 to 500,000 viewers. And it really didn't make that big of an impact when this went down the last time. It still had well over 400 and something thousand viewers. Watch Melody's show. And so it makes our community seem really small, which our community is small. Like I said, even though we're doing this on YouTube, you guys can count it for yourself. There's less than 25 of us that does Love and Marriage Huntsville reviews. And then there's less than that actually people watch on a regular basis. Patricia said, blackout. That's why Wanda and Carlos is not worried. Everything is supposed to be on the show. It ends up on the internet and in the streets. So my thing is, Wanda and her cousin, they make some crazy remarks on social media. We, the viewer or people, YouTubers, people on Facebook, we all see it. We talk about it because it's, crazy. But did the show have to film Wanda's crazy cousin? It didn't. But Melody did address him on the show. She was like, yo, you got something to say to me, right? Aren't you Bernard? She called him out. So when that happens, they're taking the stuff that they do on social media and they put it on the show. It's not us changing the dynamics of the show. They're changing the dynamics of the show when they put it on. The Coca-Cola bottle, that was them changing the dynamics of the show, not us. Most of the bloggers said, we're not talking about him. I saw Facebook groups that said we refuse to post any of his messages. Do not bring any of his videos over here. A lot of YouTubers said, we're not doing this on our channels. It didn't stop it from going to the television. So I'm just saying to y'all, sometimes there's a little trickery going on where they're making it seem like it's the bloggers, but it's not. It's not. I'm sorry. I read a lot, so I know when people are playing tricks on people. There's something else going on. Either people pull these little nuggets out and then the show runs with it and they'll be like, oh, well, it was in the blogs. It was not in the blogs. These people have platforms that have I think Marceau has 100,000 followers. Maurice has 100,000 followers. I forgot how many Wanda has. But these people have a lot of followers and they start it, they drop it, people talk about it, and then they'll say it's the blogs. It's not. It's not the blogs. There's 25 blogs. That's it. There's 25 YouTubers, maybe. Marceau has 2 kids with Tisha's cousin. That's a shame. I have to really, I don't want to say that again. I have to check this out because I haven't seen it. And it sounds like there's a lot going on. Thank you for saying excellent point, because I want to just make that clear to you guys. People with 100,000 viewers, that goes a lot further than what they're saying we're doing. We're not doing that. That's all I'm saying. Talk mess about Van and Mel. Don't record or watch. Okay. If you guys watched, go back and watch the season 3 reunion when Martell gets into it with Mel's mom and they go back and forth. Melody says something in that little back and forth where she's like, listen, it is what it is. Why are you worried about it, basically? Kimmy had a lot of venom in her voice when she talked about the levels of people throwing shade. Martell allegedly told Marceau. Is that what you heard? Where did you get that information from? This is from Mary White. She said the thing that Wanda was screaming at Martell about their last baby, that Martell apparently screamed it back at Marceau. Is that what we didn't hear? That the cameras cut out? It hurts to watch that reunion. I think that Melody handles herself every time. And according to her, she had a great reunion. She had a great reunion for this upcoming seasons, or for this actual season. She had a great reunion. So I love it. But the way the ratings work, just so people know, it isn't just that night. I think it's a 5-day watch, like a 3 or 5-day watch. So people may not watch the first airing, but they can watch another airing and it still gives credit. Glory said that Destiny forgot that the initiator for the show was Mel. She knew that. there isn't anyone there who doesn't know that Mel was the one. They actually all said it. Kimmy and Maurice were the first to tell the story. Like, Mel put us on. She was the one who got a camera crew. She would invite us all over and have us take confessionals. Tisha and Marceau went on vacation. They weren't taking it serious. They left on the day that Mel had hired a camera crew. Like, she tells this whole story, and it was fascinating. But she actually said, even in that interview, if it wasn't for Mel, we wouldn't be here. Miss Priss says, I pray that the producers and the editing show, Melody, have a great reunion. The last reunion was disgraceful. The last reunion was disgraceful. So what do you guys think about Wanda saying that Melody and her mother weren't being transparent? I pray that okay, let me see what else you guys got. The show will not last forever, however, their reputations will. Mel will be okay either way. You're 100% correct. There's only one person on the show who has been honest every step of the way. You know, if you're honest, you don't forget your lies, right? You don't have to worry about correcting yourself or any of those things. Melody is the only person who's actually been able to do that without any problem. Everybody else get tripped up. That's why they get so pissed off all the time. She probably can't, S. McNeil. And she said that she didn't even think she was saying the word correctly. However, we knew what she was saying, she said. They're delusional except for Mel. We don't know anything about the Scotts, just what we heard on the internet. That's true. That's true. That's true. What I can say is we don't know anything about the other brother. We actually have a little bit of background on Melody's mother, like we know what we know on the show. We've been told some things about the other brother. He said some things, but it was never on the platform of the show. So I'm kind of curious how that's going to come out, because one of the things that Marceau actually said on the last episode was that it was much easier to try to talk and rationalize with Wanda than his brother, which means, because we already know what rationalizing with Wanda is, which means if it's worse than that, how can anything be worse than that, right? I don't care if Mel is honest or not. I respect her hustle. I respect her business, how she takes care of her children, her mindset, and all of the chaos. Tisha and Marceau is not transparent, but Wanda never mentions them. She's not going to. We should only expect Wanda to ever follow whatever. If Tisha says the sky is orange and green, then the sky is orange and green for Wanda. She doesn't care. And that's what it is. There's 528 of you in the chat. If you guys could please hit the like button, I appreciate you. I don't understand why the other brother is on the show. He's scary and it's unsettling for you. And I really don't know anything about why he's on the show, to be honest, other than they're trying to just have this, we're going to address him because they asked him to address him, even though he could have, again, did it over the phone. They're going to decide to meet in a park and have this conversation. And we already saw that before he even shows up on the screen. People may have felt actually differently if he wouldn't have flipped out and did all of that BS all over again. But I don't know. I don't know, you guys. So I think I got out everything that I wanted to talk to you guys about. Dr. Francis was the most interesting. If you guys have not seen that interview, I hope that you go and check it out. It's the Ooh Ladies First panel, and it is on Niecy Dixon's page. So I enjoyed it. You hope that Tisha wakes up and look into the lawsuit. So if that lawsuit is, I think Marceau actually showed them breaking ground again. He went live to show them breaking ground. But Tisha and Marceau got so much, their finances is so intertwined. Ain't nobody waking up. She'll be in that situation until it's over. Kathy says, we do know that Kimmy is friends with the older brother's ex-wife, Patricia. Ooh, good. Is that the older brother? She filmed with her and that she has children with her. He is a vet. Was that his, is that his ex-wife? I did not know that was his ex-wife. Huh. Um, what else we got? They may not be transparent about the events in their lives, but they're transparent about who they are. They're a group of narcs pointing fingers at each other. Yes, it was brought up that Marceau was messing with, Marceau. I have to be careful with saying certain things because it can get me in trouble. Tisha was mad with Kimmy for mentioning her. Tisha was mad at Kimmy for mentioning the ex-wife. Yes, the ex-wife was was at the Jalen's new home. I remember her now. She was eating cake. That's her best friend, is it? All of this is so intertwined. Again, you guys, it is frightening to me that everybody in this group was this connected to each other. And I understand they are Martell's friends. Melody was in a relationship for 14 years. Those people came to her house. They sat at her table. They ate her food. They babysit each other's kids. They went on vacation together. They went on vacations together. I think we're putting too much on Dr. Francis, okay, Nurse Angel? That might have to be another doctor completely. I don't think he even, well, I shouldn't even say that. But Marceau and Maurice, they both have the same mentality when it comes to, and Martel, when it comes to therapy. They're not really for it. So, how many more episodes are remaining till the reunion? I think 7. I think there is 7 episodes left. If not 7, 8. It's a little country town, and that's why they are all intertwined. Yeah, they are. They're all intertwined, and they all keep threatening each other with information. It's really wild. Um, it is that, okay, AAW. It feels weird. It's getting weirder, I should say that. We're just getting into another layer of things that we weren't privy to before. And I feel like we don't need to be privy to it personally. I don't think that we need to know anything about any of the mamas. All the mamas, we don't want to know anything more than, they write books, they make, a good 7-Up cake, a nice peach cobbler, they babysit the kids. That's all we need to know. Martell brought these trashy folks to his ex-wife. Um, I know more about them than I do my in-laws. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know anything about anybody else's if you don't want to know these things about your own mama, you don't want to know about anybody else's mama. You know what I'm saying? Once they get to a certain age, you just got to be like, you know what? No more. I don't want to know anything else. You just want mamas to be mamas. And I realize that Tisha's mama is not. She talks a lot. She does a lot of cursing, like the cursing preacher. She was cursing all over the place in her live. And then she said something about God and praying, and I'm praying for you, baby, and da-da-da-da. I was like, ooh, not with that mouth. And I curse. I don't want to make it seem like I don't. It was just funny how she did the transition. I don't curse on the channel, though. I try not to. I'm interested in hearing what Kiki knows. Now, supposedly, Kiki made the comment that Marceau is threatening to blackmail her, or that Marceau tried to blackmail her. That's what, yeah, that's what Kiki said to Melody, that Marceau tried to blackmail me. And she was like, what? That's the part I'm really interested in. I want to know what the hell what he said. Why would he try to blackmail her? But Kiki and her cousin, they seem cool now. She was at an event for it that Marceau had over the summer. I'm leaning towards some of his being associated with military service. I saw similar. So he explained a little bit of it. And I'm not sure that he had an honorable discharge, okay? That's alleged. But from what it sounds like, there were some things that happened there that may have gotten him moved out of the military, not honorably. But he shares it. He talked about it. I don't know the video, and I'm not sure if it's still on any place. He may have like deleted it. I only saw bits and pieces. It was hard to watch, but he was very emotional. He was crying. There was snot coming out of his nose. It was a lot. I know, I tickle myself when I said it too. Um, so yeah, you guys, I think so. I think that's great. Um, she's only 56 or 57. That is something. That is something. So yeah, her and Tisha are very, very close in age, and it's just a lot. Thank you, Miss Angie. I never watched him except in clips from YouTubers. Pretty Accountant said that Wanda grew up with Tisha. Right. They were friends. They were friends. Tisha might have not even called her mom for a period of time. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes in those situations, they'll call them by their first name until, there's a change in the, in the caring. So if she was calling, I think she said she called her grandmother mom. So she might not have even called Wanda mom. It was said that Tisha was brought a puppet to the reunion. I heard that. That's alleged, but I did hear that. I talked about it. It was on Chef Don's channel. You guys can watch that video if you want to see the full video. But he said that, and he also said, alleged again, that it did not go in her favor. So, not a smart thing to do. But again, Kiki was, she appears to be somewhat still cool with her family. They all were hanging out. When she was showing off her dress, her reunion dress, I saw that Marceau was in the comments talking about she was bad to the bone. He was giving her all kinds of compliments. Yep, you're right, Kathy. I remember that too. She said that she didn't say she loved Tisha, but they would spoil her and give her anything that she wanted, made sure that she was dressed like a baby doll. She said, I always made sure she had all of the things that, you can give to a baby, and through her growing up. So everybody has something, girl. Everybody has something. Yet Sensibility Speaks says that she isn't clever enough to pull off props. When I heard it, I thought, how, why would you bring puppets of all the things to bring? Why would puppets be your choice? Because that seemed like it could backfire on you personally because of some of the things that we've seen her do. Why is she trying to reenact Sesame Street reunion? Melody had the best look for the reunion. Melody's look was the bomb. Wanda was out there and they were not in contact until the show. Are you saying that she didn't have contact with her mother? I know that a lot of us all report on certain things and we get information in different places. But y'all, if y'all remember, Wanda said that when Tisha had her first baby, she lived with Tisha. She said that she thought Marceau was cheating on her and she went and stayed with her to make sure that everything was okay. And she even used to follow Marceau. Her and Marceau didn't get along, and so he kicked her back out to Bessemer. And she said that one of the reasons why she didn't keep contact with her, or she wasn't as close as she wanted to be, is because her and Marceau didn't get along. That was why. It wasn't because Tisha had bad blood with her mother. I think Tisha loves her mom and she wants her around more because she feels that her mom protects her or has her back in a way that Marceau doesn't. So in the same way we see Marceau get all like hyped and big-eyed when he thinks he sees a woman who's talking that talk, Wanda addresses Tisha's emotional piece. Anytime Tisha needs to be consoled or made to feel right, Wanda does that when Tisha is like, when she's hurt about something. She'll make her feel like she's right. And she might be the only one. I think it gets on everybody else's nerves. Let's see. Miss Van more than likely had something with the other brother if she would just admit it. So Miss Tiffany, I'm going to ask you to go back and check out the season 3 reunion. It was admitted. The conversation was had. Melody makes a comment and she was like, either way, shut it down because it has nothing to do. This man isn't on the show. It has not, the things you guys are bringing up has nothing to do with my mama. They continue to carry that storyline. They brought it to the show. The Scotts brought it to the show. And I think it was Wanda who addressed Miss Van when they were at that Destiny race. She comes over to her and she asked her, do you have a tape out there or something like that? Maybe it was there or it was someplace. Maybe it was at Mel's record release party. But she was the one who brought it to the show. It wasn't her. And she didn't have to say anything. But Melody does comment about it. Oh, okay. Thank you for letting me know. I appreciate that. I'll keep that in mind. Okay. In fact, and I'll just say this for the record, nobody has to admit anything. Nobody. You don't have to out people, especially on television. That is retarded. But if it's all on the show, nobody lied about anything. What happened after that for a grown man of that guy's age was uncalled for, and it suggests there's something else wrong. She owes us zero explanation. Zero. We didn't ask for an explanation. We didn't want it. When the storyline was going down, I was like, why is this even coming up? Who needs it? When Melody and Martell and Miss Van had the conversation, and Martell was like, I can take it there if you want me to. And she said, you don't have to because it doesn't exist. Squash it. It doesn't exist. I was cool then. I thought it was over, but it came back to us because of Wanda, and it came back to us because of Marceau. Marceau apologized for Wanda when they had that comeback group meeting where they were supposed to come back and have that conversation. They were at Melody's office, and Marceau said, I am sorry that that happened. And Melody said in confessional, I'm surprised you would even say you're sorry or that it shouldn't have happened because you were the one who started it. And that is what everyone is forgetting. They're blaming someone when she didn't start it. She never started it. Okay. Simply Beautiful said that they brought to Melody in regards to Kiki. I'm assuming that they laughed at her about it. Okay. And that's pretty much it. Thank you, Deborah. I do like to bring the show into it because what we see online with the cast, again, the cast brings this stuff to, puts it online. What we see there, I bring it back to the show because they'll say something about it on the show. Please don't mention. They'll say something about it on the show. And that's why I keep it together. I'll keep whatever we see on the internet with the show as well because they go hand in hand at the end of the day. But anyway, I think that we all agree that it was just a storyline that I don't think any of us were interested in. Somehow they put it out there to make us interested in it. Not sure why. I was listening to another channel today. Actually, it is Carlos King, his podcast. And he said that if people don't want to talk about something, the best way to kill something on reality TV is simply not to talk about it. So don't talk about it. It'll never get brought back up in a different scenario. And I kept saying, Melody's mom killed it. She said, I don't want to talk about it. Melody killed it. We don't want to talk about it. It was the Scotts who pushed it. It wasn't Melody or her mother. Reno said, notice Maurice, Marceau mother, how proud she is of the two, not a word about you know who. I don't know enough about them I don't know enough about the mom. I know that the mom was on one episode, but I've never seen them talk about their mother or any of those things on the show. So it's interesting to me also how protective people are of their mothers, but they think it's okay to drag someone else's mother through the mud. So why is the dude being focused on? He is there as a part of Marceau and Maurice's storyline. Even though they're going to talk about Mel's mom, it's really for them to act like, in my opinion, because I haven't seen the show, I feel like they're bringing him on to say, you created a problem for us, and we want you to stop doing it. That's what I feel like is going to happen. And he's either going to say, I'll try, or I'm not going to. I'm not on the show, so I don't care. I feel like that's what's going to happen. Bad Apple said, when people started looking into the Scott's mother, that's when the sister said that she was looking for a lawyer for her. Wanda said she was looking for a lawyer too. She said, everybody needs to get ready, okay? Because she said, y'all looked at my police records, and so what? I got a police record. Look at how many people I sued, and then y'all wait on y'all letter in the mail. That's what she said. If y'all notice, I don't put Wanda on my channel. I can't. She's a lot. I talk about her again as she appears on the show and on her lives, but she's a lot of work. Right. They help make her house wheelchair accessible. Did they build her a house? Yeah, they gave her a house and they made it wheelchair accessible and all that stuff, right? Everybody wants to sue. Yeah, the thing is you have to prove that someone lied. So when everybody was pulling out those police records, to which she admits to, so before she was like, those aren't my records, guys. Those aren't my records, guys. She said in her video, those were her records. And she said that she was going to sue. But sue for what? What are you suing for at this point? You would have to prove that what they said wasn't true. She's met her match with Aunt Ann. So I don't know what happened with her and Aunt Ann. Unfortunately, I don't know what that happened with that. What make think that he wants to claim him? No matter what, we will still love and respect Miss Fan. They're wasting time. No one cares to hear. Yeah, they're beloved. People love them. They're not gonna shake anyone's love for them. We're gonna see. I just think, even though we are here in this story on the show, taking Mel's cue, knowing that the reunion has happened, I feel like Melody and her mother skated through the reunion. I feel like they skated through the reunion with no problems whatsoever. Did y'all see how happy Mel was on the set of Marriage Mansion? She literally left the reunion, went to film, happy as a lark, like happy in her bag, like no one's going to get me out of it. Left there. It was reported that she had a court case on Monday. Came out of that still happy as a lark. She has not been upset, not once. Everybody else that we've been watching, they have been angry. Everybody. Yeah, Tasha, exactly. Getting her feet rubbed, talking about you're gonna get me a reality TV show. Her television husband, he seemed happy. They all seemed like they were having a ball. And they all seemed like they were genuinely trying to care for her, making sure that she was okay when she was like, I had to race to get home to the airport, and she missed her plane, I think. But she was like, everyone was working together to help her get out of there. Everyone was being so nice and taking care of her. She gets a, what do you call it? A village. She gets a village wherever she goes. She has an online village. She has her village with her movie cast. She has a village everywhere. Journey to Jasmine said, I just got here. Yes, we did talk about Dr. Francis already. We've been talking about him for a little while, so you're going to have to catch the replay because it's getting a little late, so I want to make sure that y'all can get yourselves up in the morning. I want to get up myself in the morning. Andrea says, if Mel Martell, yeah, okay. And I agree that that's a narrative that is also has been beaten into the ground. We know that both of them have already admitted to Martell has a baby and they are divorced. So there's nothing else to say about it. All these threats and having these conversations, it is what it is at this point. Kimberly says Mel could care less about her coworker drama. When she clocks out, she leaves them all at work. She does. She's figured out how to unwind in a way where she is cool. Just tonight, I saw her video. She had her fireplace going. She is in her house, minding her business, in the dark, being peaceful. There's no better feeling than to have like inner peace or to go into a space and just feel just amazing. Kathy says, I want to know why Martell stormed. You said, what? I want to know why Martell stormed off the reunion stage. Some said crying. Kathy, where did you get this information, girl? Um, is a reunion on 11/19/2022? I don't know. I didn't see the date for the reunion. I think we still have 7 or 8 episodes left. Um, well, if he left the stage crying, considering not even a month ago, he said, I'm going to show out at this reunion. If y'all remember, he made a post and said he was going to show out. He made it seem like he was, we could only assume that his showing out was going to be something he was going to do against Mel. Oh, Pacino. I'm going to have to check out his channel. I am very new to his channel. Someone had sent me over there the other day, and I talked about him on my page. But I'm gonna go back on over there and check out what he has to say about that, because I did not hear that part. They said it was right after Mel set him straight. Ooh, y'all, I love this show. She had to set him straight, and it sent this man in tears and leaving the stage. That must have been horrible. I can say that after, if you watch that little video of Wanda when they are, I think like at the airport or something, they are all like in like little huddles and they are talking and laughing, the other cast members, everyone except for Destiny. Destiny is at a counter and she is yapping it up about the show. And you can hear her like saying something like, and then he said this to me, and I told her, and I said this. And then when Wanda pans her camera over there, she goes, why would you put me on camera? Don't do that. Because she was talking about the show. It's kind of audible, but you guys got to go back and listen. Someone actually was like, check this out. Check out Wanda's live, and you'll hear it. So y'all check it out. I'm going to pass that on to you, too. I heard Destiny say, in the live that Wanda did after the reunion when they were at the bar. Yes, that's when it happened. They were at the bar and she was talking about someone. Thank you guys so much, everyone who became a member tonight. If you guys can continue, keep that up, become a member. Hi, Uppity, how are you? I appreciate you guys, watching my live. We are at 612. I have tried to make a commitment to do 3 lives a week, but if I can do more, I'm going to do more. And then I'll have a members only live where we can get really into some of this stuff and it won't be, you'll have to pay to hear what I have to say about some of these people, okay? I have to be careful when it's just going out like this and it's not under a private screen. So where's the membership, please? So you can find the membership up. Jackie Isaac just became a member. It should be in the description box. And if you don't see it in the description box, there's a link there. It is also, it's on my homepage, so you'll see it. I think it's right beside community, the community tab, you'll see membership. And you can log on to that there. But you guys have been awesome as usual. I have a wonderful group of subscribers, and I really appreciate you guys for supporting my channel and supporting me. Thank you so much. I believe her name is Wanda. I appreciate you for becoming a member. And yeah, we're going to get these last 7 or 8 episodes knocked out. We're going to talk about the reunion. And I think I got a surprise for you guys for the reunion too. So hold on for that. You can't join that way on iPhone. Oh, okay. Then you'll have to check out the link that's in the description tab. I know that not everyone can get on it from the iPhone, but the link is actually in the description tab, and you can just hopefully punch it that way. So hit the like button, everyone. Thank you so much for letting everyone know that, Renee. 585 of you in the chat, 411 of you hit the like button, which is awesome. I do appreciate that very much. And I'm going to sign off. I hope you guys all have a good weekend. And we will figure out what to do tomorrow during the blackout, okay? And yeah, I'll talk to you all later, okay? Thank y'all so much. Bye-bye.